Hi, everybody. Here are the expressions from Friday night's work. So, when someone is telling you something that you think is foolish, is silly, if you think they're being a silly, you can tell them to stop and say, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Hear means you don't listen anymore. Now, here, this T goes away. You don't. Now, wanta often is said wanna. Remember we had let me is lemmy, want to is wanna. So it becomes I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to go. I don't want to see it. I don't want to study English. Wanta is wanna. If you're very careless with your money and you spend too much, you use your credit cards wrong, you can spend yourself in a hole. Means this hole means you have so much debt you can't control it anymore. So the D moves over, spend your. The F moves over, spend your self, and the N moves over, spend yourself in a hole. Spend yourself in a hole. You don't want to spend yourself in a hole. That's bad. And somebody who's telling you about how credit card interest rates work might say to you, well, in the beginning, they're good, but after a while, the rates, well, just jump. Now remember before I told you our friend well, which means good, but here doesn't, is often in the beginning of a sentence. You can say, well, the rates just jump. But sometimes we do put it in the middle for emphasis. The rates, well, just jump. And here, you'll notice the T moves over to, is not said, excuse me, because we have this J sound here. The rates just jump. The rates, well, just jump. This is a little bit of a pause and emphasis. The rates, well, just jump. The rates, well, just jump. And before, remember, we said, I don't want to hear it. You could say, I've heard enough. I mean, wow, you got 2 cards last week, and then you borrowed money from your friend, and your parents don't give you anything. I've heard enough. You've spent yourself in a hole. And it's not because the rates will just jump. It's because you're careless. Here the D moves over, and it becomes I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Don't forget that schwa sound. I've heard enough. Another way of saying I've heard enough, or I don't want to hear it is, oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me means I don't want to hear it. The T, 2 T's, so this one goes away. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. So, if you've spent yourself in a hole, oh, don't tell me. Because ridiculous means silly. Remember we use silly as a noun? Well, it's also an adjective. Ridiculous means really silly. The S moves over. This, remember, is a schwa, a low sound. This one has begun to become a low sound, and this one is a low sound. So it's, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Of course, whenever you borrow things, the people who gave that to you want you to pay things back. Things could be anything. You could say pay things back, pay money back, pay your friends back, pay, the word we used in the last class, pay stuff back. You need to pay stuff back. If you borrow stuff, you need to pay stuff back. Pay things back. Pay things back. Now, if you spent yourself in a hole, then you're in a mess. Being in a hole means you're in a mess. So if somebody offers to help you, maybe you borrow money from them or they give you advice, they would say, I'll help you get out of this mess. This moves over, becomes a D sound. This one moves over, becomes that flap, that low D sound. So get out of this mess. Get out of this mess. I'm going to help you get out of this mess. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next class.